Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good Monday, right? You had a good weekend, right? Mine was okay. Bit tired, but that's how it goes. Welcome to TOTW from all you people around the world. And in case you don't know what TOTW means, it means short for taking over the world, right? One day at a time. Today, I also want to talk about the Zeniq opportunity. And I touched on this topic before, but I'm getting a lot of feedback of people wanting to know more about the tokenization projects that's going to be coming through Zeniq. Well, the tokenization projects, it's not new. Tokenization is not new. It actually started a few years ago in the blockchain, but it was really cumbersome, right? It was a lot of work. And what Zeniq has done and Sophia, what they've done was they've streamlined that process, right, to make it seamless, to bring you more opportunities to invest. And let me just give you a brief of what tokenization actually is. And I'll do it as simple and slowly as I can. Because of COVID right now, let's use this for example. You see a lot of good businesses, a lot of good companies, people losing their homes, right? Because they lost their jobs. People can't go into restaurants anymore. Good restaurants are closing down. You have retail giants. You have stores going out of business at every turn because they're opening and closing. They can't afford to keep the staff on. The government can't help give them money to keep things going. Well, I believe that's where tokenization fits in big time. Now, here's a scenario. Just depends. Just think if you were a shop owner or you owned a franchise or you owned a store yourself and you really couldn't afford to keep your doors open anymore, right? You're going to have to let the staff go, right? And you gave it a good try for the last 10, 15 years. You just can't do it anymore because you can't keep paying when you got no money coming in. Okay, imagine this. Imagine I'm walking down the street and I come past your restaurant and you got on the window going out of business. I go, wow, I remember I came to the shop 10 years ago. It was thriving. So I knock on your door, you're inside, and I said, well, why are you closing up? And you said, well, I can't afford to stay open anymore because of COVID. I can't afford to keep my workers on. I got to pay this. I got to pay that. I got no money coming in. I understand. And I said, well, I got an opportunity for you. I may have something that you may be interested in that may save your business. And they would go, oh, okay, like what is it? So we sit down and have a cup of coffee or whatever, right? And then I say, well, have you heard of tokenization? And 9 times out of 10, or maybe 10 times out of 10, no, they have not. I said, let me explain something to you. Are you familiar with the stock exchange? They say, yes. He said, I have some stocks. Okay, good. Right, but tokenization is the digital form of shares, right? Where people buy digital shares of a business or a company, right? And for example, if you were to tokenize your business, tokenize it, right? That means digitalize it. Everything nowadays is digitalized. Even music is digital music now. Think about what music used to be, right? Now even music is digitalized, right? So the world is going towards digitalization. That's just how it is. And now instead of you owning the restaurant, right? Because you are the true owner, right? You can actually sell digital shares in that business. And if, say, for example, you said I needed $2 million, right? And we'll be right back on top again, making the kind of money we were making before COVID. Okay, cool. Right? We will tokenize your business. We will bring in investors from all over the world, right? With cryptocurrency and fiat, right? And they will purchase your tokens for your business, right? So now you just got the $2 million come in. You run your business, and excuse me, every 12 months or whatever you see fit, whenever you trying to make a profit, when you make a profit, you will actually give a return to your investors. It's a win-win-win situation, because now during COVID time, if you go to the bank, I don't have this, I don't have that, can you give me money so I can stay open? Good luck with that one. Unless you put your house up as collateral, or you put something up for collateral, the bank is not going to give you anything. But with tokenization, you're giving your average person in the street, you're giving them an opportunity to invest in your project. They would never, ever, ever get a chance to do that ever before. Now they can, right? They make money in the long run. You make money and continue running your business the way you have for the last 10, 20 years. That's tokenization. And it doesn't have to be a business. It could be property. It could be artwork. Say, for example, you're a painter, right? Like, for example, indigenous art. Indigenous art. A lot of, when tourism was open for Australia, a lot of tourists would come over to Australia because they wanted to bring some indigenous artifacts back to whatever country they come from. Huge trade, right? And a painter could sell a painting, an indigenous painter could sell a painting for $30,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1,000, right? That's how they made their money. But right now that industry is suffering, like every other industry. But now, if you're the owner of that artwork, now you can actually tokenize that artwork, right? People can invest in that artwork. And when you sell it, that artwork, you pay them their digital shares in that. You give them their profit. You take your profit. Everybody wins. It's a win-win situation. You got people out there that restore cars, right? They go find old vintage cars and they restore them back to pristine condition, and then they sell them to collectors. But you need the money to do it. You can tokenize that project. And when you sell the car, right, you give your investors their return, then you move on to get the next car. It's just that simple, right? It's going to change how you look at projects now. Because the first place when you want to go restore a car, and it's going to cost, $10, $20, $30, $100, $200,000, you're going to go to the bank. The bank will most likely say no. When you want to go and say you want to build some units, say you got this block of land that you got your eye on, you want to put 5 or 6 units on it, condominiums, whatever you want to call them, the first place you go for money is the bank. And if you don't have the proper collateral for the bank to get their money back, or they haven't done business with you in the past, it's pretty much not going to happen. But now, every single person who has a project now, who wants to get things off the ground where the bank would never help them before, and they don't have a rich uncle or rich aunt or rich parents to pay for it. Now you don't have to own that whole project yourself. Now you can sell digital shares to investors all over the world, right? And then when you sell that project, or when people pay their mortgage on the condos or whatever it may be, they make a profit. Everybody wins, right? Tokenization is pretty much the answer for the times that we actually in today. Because if every single one of you, I can hear my voice right now, when you walk down the street, same streets you've been walking down for the last 2, 3, 4 years, you're going to see a lot of good shops, retail stores, restaurants, boutiques. You're going to see a lot of them out of business. It is not because they ran a bad business. It's because of COVID. But we have the mechanism, we have the tool to breathe life back into those good, sound business. Because at the end of the day, no matter what community you live in, you must support your community. Because once those places are gone, they're gone forever. So support your local communities. And with this tokenization processes, right, everybody can be saved. But in saying that, I got to say, just because something can be tokenized, sometimes don't mean it should be tokenized. But on the lighter note, everything can be tokenized. You don't have to rely on government. You don't have to rely on the banks. You don't have to rely on your rich uncle or aunt or mother or father. Now you can actually tokenize that project and bring the world in on that project. That's a powerful tool, because you are bringing the world. So you were just in one little community, in one little town, in one little state, in one little country, right? Now your project has just gone global. So people around the world now see what your plight is. They see what you're trying to achieve. And if they like the sounds of your investment, it's a sound investment, they will invest because it's in their best interest to do so. And it's definitely in yours. So instead of being a solo person trying to go it alone, you know what they say? There's power in numbers. And if you're reaching a global audience for your project, just do the math. Play the numbers. Play the numbers. Everybody wins. So tokenization is here to stay. Tokenization has been made seamless through Zeniq's blockchain, which makes the whole process seamless. If you don't know what tokenization is, everybody knows what a thing called Google. You can Google it. It's right at your fingertips. Just Google it and you will see what tokenization is and what you can do, because there's nothing you can't do with it. It's what I call the answer to get us out of this global recession. Because there's power in numbers. Because if people out there running projects or want projects to be run, and they're going to base their whole business model on what the bank is going to do and what the bank is not going to do, or what the investor is going to do or what the investor is not going to do, good luck with that one. I like to take my chances with the world. It's a numbers game. If I show 2 billion people my project, 2 billion, guess what? All I need is 20 people out of 2 billion. Can I get 2 people out of 2 billion? Think about that for a second. Those odds are pretty good. that I can get 20 people to buy my coins out of 2 billion people. It's a numbers game. Because everybody around the world, they understand that in order for our society to keep thriving, we have to have commerce. We have to have business. We have to have places to accommodate for people. Right? So I hope I explained the blockchain for you. And again, there's nothing that you cannot tokenize. But saying that, not everything should be tokenized. Okay? Just got to throw that in there. And again, I am not a business advisor or an accountant. I'm not an accountant. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it. I'm just explaining to you the opportunity that Zeniq has uniquely in the world today. And I believe they have the solution to actually help bring a lot of these companies, multinational companies, local restaurants, stuff like that. They have the solution to keep them alive, because COVID is killing some of everything. It's killing our society. It's also turning our society. COVID is turning people against people. Right? Let's come together. Let's work together, because we're in this together. Okay? I hope I made that clear for you. Tokenization is our answer out of COVID financially. The only thing can get us out of COVID itself is just staying safe. Okay? That's my message for today. And I hope if you don't understand a few things that I said about the tokenization, please hit me up like you have been doing, right? To let me know what your thoughts are, right? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, right? And I can keep bringing you gems. I can keep bringing, because there's going to be other opportunities that I'm going to bring you. Not so much in the cryptocurrency world, but all across the spectrum, where it's going to give people the opportunity, right, to do things that they normally wouldn't get a chance to do. Okay? I hope everybody out there is having a TOTW day, because I am. God bless. Take care. And keep up the TOTW. All right. Peace. Take care. Bye-bye.